one of the best podcasts ever. Ever. Top 5 dead or alive.
Welcome to Caviar. I'm your host, Tony, in the Ministry of Silly Talks with Graham in the building, as usual.
What's happening?
What's going on? Hey, we just did a great episode of the One Gram Army podcast. If you haven't subscribed to that podcast by now, listen, fuck you. Like, you fucking,
Fuck you.
I mean,
That's
listen,
enough.
I mean, come on. What the fuck are you waiting for? I mean, jeez, you subscribe to this podcast, subscribe to the One Gram Army podcast, too. I mean,
if you came here from the One Gram Army podcast, subscribe to this podcast.
To Caviar.
It's
like,
not
what,
that tough.
How the fuck are we not getting through to you? What do we need to do to get through
rocket science
to
by
you?
any stretch.
You know, listen, I'm not even gonna waste any more time with this. You know what you're doing,
Right.
and then
You're playing with your life.
Yeah, you are.
You're out here
literally
playing
are.
with your fucking
Yeah,
life.
It's
Yeah,
crazy how people just do this week in and week out, and it's like, dude, come on.
Y'all quit playing. Quit playing.
Please. We
Yep.
see the numbers. We know.
Yeah, we know who is and is not playing ball right now.
Along with subscribing to our podcast, check out shirtcaviar.com. Both of us have Shirt Caviar 2019 collection. Graham is wearing the official One Gram Army podcast shirt.
Yep.
I'm wearing a new collection, the new edition, the
Love it.
Eyes Wide Christ,
Yep.
which is part of the 2019 collection.
This is not me. I'm fighting for my
I forgot about that.
Oh, I forgot how long that fucking soundbite is. Oh my God!
Back with all this crazy shit.
Robert.
That's wild. Yeah, I forgot all about that shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, where is this coming from? Yeah, for people that doesn't make any sense to. So like I have all the little bites for the drops for the soundboard.
Yeah.
But like this one, for some reason, like there was some shit outside of the margins that I didn't see when I saved it. So there's like 30 seconds of silence, and then
and
more
it
crazy
jumps
shit
back in,
starts
yeah.
happening. Yeah. And there was a little gem in there where she's like, Robert. He's fucking flipping out.
Oh, shit.
Goodness.
Oh, fuck. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The search button, the search function works on Shirt Caviar. And if you follow Shirt_Caviar on Instagram, you can buy shirts from there. You can follow Shirt Caviar on Facebook and buy shirts from there too. Every day there's a shirt that's posted.
Oh, yeah.
And then it gets spread throughout everywhere, the whole social media and then the world. So there are so many ways. Prices start at $10. When I tell you, you're getting a high quality shirt with a great design, many different colors, many different variations, something for everybody.
Yep.
If this was a different company, you would be paying at least $35 to $40 per shirt.
Easy.
But I saw that and I was like, fuck that. I will take my prices down to $10, and then you will get a good shirt that will be shipped fast, and it will be everything about that whole buying experience is amazing, and I did a lot of work to make it that way.
Yeah, and I can attest to this as not only a sponsor but a customer of ShirtCaviar.com. I can tell you, actually, it was just sort of a stroke of what happened because I was doing the laundry, but actually all my Shirt Caviar's in here. I got the Lizard Person shirt over there.
Oh shit,
Astro
yeah,
Jesus, the Pod Caviar shirt, and the Old Time's Up Rape Dolphin shirt.
Yeah. Oh, man. It's an amazing thing. 2020 is going to be even bigger. I was just talking about it on my Game Caviar Twitch stream that we're going to send Tommy Stratosphere shirts to the literal stratosphere next year.
Excellent.
And it's going to be something that this is what I like to do.
Are you gonna get one of those balloon situations?
Yeah,
like
that's it.
big
The balloon, the
GoPro,
the camera,
you'll
all
have
that.
to put a GPS tracker on that camera.
Yeah,
Obviously, 'cause
yeah.
when
No,
the
I
balloon
did all
blows
that,
up,
dude. We're ready to go. We just got to find the perfect location. It's got to be 100 miles away from a military base and an airport.
Yeah.
Which isn't hard to find, but yeah, 2020 we're gonna do that.
Yeah, it would have to also be in an area where recovering the camera wouldn't necessarily involve getting eaten by alligators or attacked by wild boars.
So we got to get away from all that shit. Yeah. Nah, we can do. We got this.
Absolutely.
I'm all about automation, innovation, customer service, and then doing things that other companies that haven't done. There's not a shirt company that would be like, oh, you sent these shirts to the space, and now we're gonna sell them as commemorative shirts. No.
Tommy Stratosphere shirts in the stratosphere.
In the stratosphere.
Love it.
How crazy is that?
It's fucking. People don't deserve it. That's how crazy it is.
This is how crazy, how coincidental it is, because before I even thought about that, I just came up with Tommy Stratosphere, the name, as it was random. So we have the Tommy Stratosphere shirts on Caviar.com. It is one of the greatest movies from the 90s. It is something that has shaped the whole culture for years to come. It is an amazing movie. If you haven't seen Tommy Stratosphere, then wow, I don't know what to tell you.
It's not that hard to find.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep Googling.
Exactly. And then from then on, it's like, look, you could take a weather balloon and it doesn't cost that much, and you're perfectly capable of sending stuff to the stratosphere. And I'm like, well, this
Pretty
is
much
just the universe is telling me that, look, this is what you got to do. So that's what we're going to do.
I see what you did there. Stratosphere.
Yeah. And
Marketing.
I was like, well, shit.
Yep.
There ain't no question about it then.
That's what you call synergy.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah.
I don't know
It's
much
something.
about
It's
synergy.
something. I don't know. Try to be as in tune to the universe as possible. And
Absolutely.
it has never led me astray. But okay, this week we have a great episode. We're going to talk about catfishing. And we're not talking about in the water with your hand in the hole catfishing.
Yeah.
We're talking about MTV, Neil and what's the other guy's name?
I
Shit,
have
I
no
can't remember
idea.
his name.
I know catfishing just as an act. I've never seen
the catfish,
show,
the act of catfishing.
Yeah.
That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah.
Andy, that's his name.
I don't have
you don't
any
know.
idea.
You never saw it? You never watched it on MTV? That shit is crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
whether you
assuming it's a
believe it or
show where
not,
people get
I'm sure
catfished.
there's a lot of it's one of those reality quote unquote shows.
Oh, like hidden cameras and shit. Yeah.
Not even hidden cameras, but it's like you only need one episode to know that
what's
people
going on.
Yeah,
Oh, shit,
yeah,
sorry.
yeah. It's the whole. We were talking, we met online, and every time I try to video chat, he says his camera is broken or some shit like that. And I'm like, oh, okay.
And you're appearing on a show called Catfish.
But I will say that it is one of my favorite shows because it is still. Remember how Cheaters was always interesting, whether you believed it or not.
Yep.
Catfish is the same way.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk about some real catfishing here that involves.
Speaking
middle-aged
of catfishing
women
and cheaters, that guy got stabbed on a fishing boat. Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that shit.
And then he became like, while he was out and he was injured, he became like a martial arts expert.
Yeah.
And came back, and when dudes would run up on him, he'd be like,
he'd be like,
"What?"
"No,
and he'd
I'll
like
fuck
fucking
you up."
Karate
Yeah.
Kid stance on those
I'm like,
fools.
nah, you're not stabbing me
He was
again.
putting people in headlocks and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nah,
It's hard
we
to
could do
look
a
away
whole
from.
episode about catfish. I mean, not catfish, but cheaters.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But we're gonna talk about some middle-aged women who got catfished by Nigerians over the internet, posting as U.S. military members.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
so
it.
let us get into this. I am going off of a New York Times article by Jack Nikas.
Sounds about right.
Nikas. Yeah.
White Pirate, how are you guys doing?
I'm glad you picked up on that one.
I was right there. I was on it.
Shit.
I just had to adjust my seat so I could reach the button.
It says Facebook connected her to a tattooed soldier in Iraq, or so she thought. Renee Holland sent her Facebook friend thousands of dollars. She believed. She believed. Oh shit! I lost. She became entwined in a global fraud that the social network and the United States military appear helpless to stop.
Don't send someone
Listen.
you've never met thousands of dollars.
This is when I'm.
Don't send someone you know thousands of dollars.
This is the message of this whole episode. End of life. The military and the United States military. Wait, hold on. That the social network and the United States military are helpless to stop this because people are stupid.
Yep.
And we give people the leeway to have common sense.
Yeah.
So and I'm glad.
But it's a
that-
hella presumptuous.
Yeah, but I'm glad that they're helpless to stop this because at the same time people have to stop being stupid.
Right.
You can't
It's the
send
only way you'd ever
thousands of
stop
dollars
this.
to somebody
Yeah.
that you never even met.
Like-
and this story gets crazy.
I
too.
walked it down
It's
already.
tragic.
Don't send thousands of dollars to anybody.
You would think that would be normal shit,
Not even
right?
you don't send thousands
Like,
of dollars
dude,
to
just
somebody
think,
you
like,
know.
listen, just think that. Do you like paying bills? Do you like getting paid, and then you have your car payment, your insurance, your house note, your rent, or whatever,
Right.
cell phone? If you don't like paying those bills, keep that same energy when you want to pay somebody else thousands of dollars that you never even met.
Exactly.
Right. You don't if you don't want to pay these
yeah.
companies, don't send it to other people. But here's what we
Maybe
have.
you're someone that really gets off on paying bills. I do want to real quick interject also, though, that for people who don't know, who may be susceptible to falling for something like this,
Yeah.
enlisted people, when they're deployed,
Yeah.
are making money.
A lot of money.
You know what I mean?
A lot of money.
Like basically like someone who's like in the lower 2 or 3 enlisted ranks is when they're deployed is making money like a captain.
Yeah.
You know what I
and
mean?
the travel aspects of getting over there and getting back is
Yep.
all taken care of by the government, by the
Yeah.
military. It's
Yeah.
all set up.
All the clothes you can are by the time we were done doing it, all the clothes you were even allowed to wear was shit you were issued.
Yeah, exactly. So,
you didn't-
and
you don't have to
even
buy
if
that.
you wanted to send a care package to a soldier or airman or marine or whatever,
Or seaman.
seaman.
Sorry, had to make sure we got that.
Oh,
one
we got to
in.
get that. We can't leave the Navy out.
Quit playing. Quit playing.
Yeah, it's not going
I
to take you
paused it.
thousands of dollars to do that. You get a box, probably for free, something that you have around the house. You put a bunch of candy and shit in it, some socks maybe, and then you tape it up. You fucking put an address on it, and you send it off, and it goes, and then we get it, and then we're like, oh shit, this is banging.
Yes,
I will
stuff.
say that the care packages when we were deployed was amazing. I mean, anytime that we got one, it's like, oh shit,
No,
this
it
is
was
a taste
great.
of home.
Yeah, it'd be full of like tasty snacks.
Oh
and shit,
yeah,
and
man, they would
books
be
and
tasty of a
movies
lot
and-
of shit, bro.
Yeah.
Like crazy shit, and it's like, okay, cool, thank you, but these women, especially this woman right here, and a lot of other people. I'm not just focusing on her. The story's about her, but she's not the only one. But
What am I doing with my life though, to where I don't have the ability to somehow convince someone on the internet to give me thousands of dollars?
I've never
Is it a
reached to that.
wide
I
net?
never.
Is that what it is?
I think it's a wide net, and then they know how to target a specific demographic. I haven't gotten to that point. I have convinced women to send me titty pics,
Well,
nudes.
yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much it. But as far as money and thousands of dollars and everything, it's like, wow. But let's just go through this.
Okay.
I'm gonna read it, and then when your bullshit meter goes off scale high, and then interject.
Yeah, hold on, wait.
And then oh shit, is it? Yeah, here we go. Oh shit, is it turned down? Oh no. Ah, there we go. There we go.
Where's my guy? Sorry. There, we'll use
Yeah,
that.
there we go. All right.
Why is it all in one channel? Is that happening to you too there?
Yeah, so just on my left ear.
there.
Oh,
It's
we
not
go.
up
Okay,
very
all right,
loud.
all
That's
right.
why.
Okay, so this is out of Fort Pierce, Florida.
Okay.
It says on Monday afternoon in June 2017, Renee Holland was draped in an American flag at a Philadelphia International Airport, waiting for a soldier she had befriended on Facebook. The married 56-year-old woman had driven 2 hours from Delaware to pick him up. Their blossoming online friendship had prompted her to send him a care package and thousands of dollars in gift. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I already knew I wasn't gonna get far into
No,
this
I
story.
figured. Well, I mean, I had to refrain myself already 3 or 4 times, but I'm like, okay, for the sake of the story,
Yeah.
If you hear that first bit and you don't know
Yeah.
where it's going,
Yeah.
but when you get to the thousands of dollars, you're like, there's where the person fucked up in the first place.
Yeah.
And so she's married too, huh?
Yeah, she's married. She sent this guy $5,000 for plane tickets to return home from Iraq.
Right, because you don't.
Yeah.
Because
How,
they don't
how much did
fly.
you pay for plane tickets coming back from a
It
deployment?
was expensive, man. That's how deployments work. Is you're just stuck over there until you earn enough
until you earn enough money
to
to
fly home. That's how it works. That's how it works. She does. I bet that's what she told her. She's
oh shit!
she's
Maybe
like,
that's what it is.
That's why they don't pay us very
Dude,
well.
and it didn't say that in here.
You're
It was
not
just,
allowed.
Whoa,
You're not allowed
maybe that's
to go
it,
home
duh.
until you fucking have enough
Yeah,
money.
and then you could be like, "Well, they don't report it on the news because it's top secret shit."
Yeah,
Like, no,
yeah.
you could get prosecuted for it. And
Yeah, if you tell people about it.
No,
Yep.
maybe it's still fucked up.
Yeah.
I'd be like, "Oh well, fuck. That sucks for you if that's true."
Yeah, well, because if that was the case,
Yeah.
when I got my first paycheck, I'd have been like, and I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out of this shit.
Yep.
What do you mean?
I'm going home.
Fuck that. It says now she's
I didn't
looking
realize it
for
was a contest.
right. Now she was looking for a buff, tattooed man in uniform, just like in his Facebook photos, but his flight was not on the airport arrivals board. Then a ticket agent told her the flight didn't exist.
No.
Shocking, I know.
Yeah.
From there,
Would have been even more delicious though if he'd have been like had a flight number.
oh,
like
man,
of a returning
yeah.
flight
And
from
then
like
she's like, oh shit, no, this is real. And then
like an ATA flight coming from Gatwick. Like if it had just Googled that
somewhere,
you know?
yeah.
Weird sidebar though. Remember that? Like remember how ATA Airlines was a thing in the 90s
Yeah.
and it was like an airline that did like trips to like the Caribbean and
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
And then you never saw them again until you
Right.
were in the military and when the war started. You're like, was Dick Cheney's brother the owner of
yeah,
ATA Airlines
yeah.
or
We had
something?
some weird airlines that
And
we
it
were
would be-
there.
yeah,
And
like-
it was never like Delta or
No, if
United
it
or
was
some shit.
if it was a commercial jet, they had the contract. It was ATA,
Yeah,
and it was
yeah,
like
that was them.
regular, like American
Yeah.
stewardesses on there, just flying in and out of Bagram and
and all that
Balad
shit.
and Al-Udeid
They were
and
very
just-
nice too.
They were super
They were
nice.
like, oh yeah, thank you for your service.
Yeah, I remember my first flight home. There were only enough of us
Yeah.
that we all had our own seat. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
shit,
Like
yeah,
everyone
yeah.
had their own row on the plane.
Damn.
Yeah, my first deployment, the flight home was glorious.
Yeah.
My second one was on one of those planes where they like
My
make
first deployment, man. Remember when they had all the dude, like we had to share a room with somebody?
Oh,
I
yeah.
had my own room because
Yeah.
they had assigned me a guy from like Field Shop, but they had their own trailer.
yeah,
And I was like, okay.
yeah.
I didn't say shit until like the end of the deployment.
My first trip, I had my own room for a while.
Yeah. And they were like, well, you probably should have said something. I was like, I could have, but at the same time, no, I wasn't required to.
No.
I thought the dude was going to show up. Fuck it.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, shit, at any given
do you
point in time,
know?
if you
Yeah.
assign me to him, you got to have faith in your chain of command. Like, these people up here probably know what they're doing, and this guy can show up at any given moment. So,
Oh, how long did that
Fuck it.
actually last for you? I think it was like halfway through tech school before I was like, oh, nobody's driving any of these goddamn
no,
boats.
no,
It's
no,
just like-
it's not at all.
They're
No.
like, this person's in charge of this person, that person's in charge of this tree of people,
Yeah.
and these people have people who are in charge
Yeah.
of them.
No,
and
it was after I got
from the
to-
bottom to the top, there's like ineptitude and blindness.
Right after tech school, when I got here, I was like, oh, okay,
Yeah.
so nobody knows anything. Cool.
But it's a perfectly reasonable
All right.
excuse if they haven't assigned someone to your room. Why why say something?
Yeah.
you have
No,
to
I
assume
did
they
that,
know what's
yeah.
going on.
yeah, and that's exactly what I went back on. I was like, I don't know, bro. I mean, it was on there, so
They're
what was
like,
I
if we're
supposed to
fucking
do?
up, you're supposed to tell us we're fucking up.
I'm like, no,
nah.
no.
No.
No, because
Nope.
if I'm fucking up, guess what?
I'm in here
You
ripping
tell
farts,
me,
watching my own
yeah.
TV,
Yeah,
punching
if
the clown.
I'm only worried about
Yep.
fighting the war. I don't know
Exactly.
about this. Who knows? But anyway, from there, it says from there, Miss Holland said, it was a daze. She walked to her car with "Welcome Home" written on the windows and what is it? Sobbed. She had spent.
She sobbed or she was in a sob?
She sobbed. It might have been both.
Yeah.
She sobbed in the sob.
Sobbed in the
because she
sob.
got robbed. She
Yeah.
sobbed in the sob because she got
Sounds
robbed.
like fucking Cameron.
Jesus Christ.
Sobbing, you sob. You
Get some
getting
slob
robbed.
in your sob. Left you on red, now you sobbed. Kill him. Shout out to Cameron.
Harlem World.
I love Cameron, bro. For real.
No, his old shit is bonkers.
Yeah, oh shit, it's banging.
Apparently,
his new shit is banging too.
Apparently, him and Jimmy
bro.
Jones are supposed to be putting out an album soon.
I know.
About that.
No, that mean they're cool again.
Yeah,
but Jim Jones just came out with an album. That shit was banging though.
Was it?
On some
I
real
heard
shit.
him on Mike Tyson's podcast.
Yeah, no, on some real shit. His last 2 albums were bangers. They didn't get no fucking love or like no media press, but they were bangers, bruh.
Damn.
Like for real. Even Cameron's last mixtape, his shit was banging too. So they putting out music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just not the thing right now.
Yeah, I know.
Kill it.
Right.
Sobbing you sob after you get robbed.
Let's see. She had spent much of her family savings on the Phantom Soldier. There's no way I can go home and tell my husband, she remembered telling herself. She drove to a strip mall, bought sleeping pills and vodka and downed them.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
That got dark.
It gets darker. The man in the Facebook pictures had no idea who Mrs. Holland or Miss Holland was. His real identity was Sergeant Daniel Aniston of the Marine Corps, and he had joined the social network a decade earlier to keep in touch with friends and family in Maryland. Yeah, as usual.
Why is there this Maryland connection, sir? Representative of the state of Maryland.
Yeah. And now he's contending with dozens of Facebook imposter accounts using stolen photos of him at the gym, at his brother's wedding, and in Afghanistan.
Must be a good-looking dude.
I saw pictures of him. He's not bad looking at all.
That's what I was going to say. He must be a fucking real piece of meat because these Nigerians were like, oh, this is the dude.
Yeah, this is the dude that we want to use.
And we're going to use him against a bunch of people.
Yeah.
That is wild.
It says for everyone
that is weird how you curate that. Because when I was deployed, you wouldn't have used my Facebook pictures to trick anybody into giving you money.
No, no, because I look like a fucking loser.
You look like you're not having that hard of a time there, buddy. You look like
there's no fucking way.
Yeah, you don't look like you're missing any meals.
You need money, but it seems like you're eating. Yeah, like you're drinking beer and you're eating Pizza Hut. Yeah, with a smile on your face. Doesn't really look like you're under fire, but like, look, son, this is what happens after the fact. All right.
You know what was fun about?
What do you mean?
Yeah, what was fun about IUD too, though, which would have been like useful in a scenario like that, was that they did have all those like bunkers.
Yeah, they did.
Remember,
they did.
Bunkers
yeah, with the sandbags on them.
It was like in case we were gonna
some
get
of them had mattresses in them. Yeah, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I know what that is.
That's about. It doesn't take, or it's just filled with spiders.
I saw, man. I was with somebody.
I was like always thinking though. I was like, if we get bombed, I might just get bombed because like nobody ever went in them. They didn't clean them out.
No.
So there were definitely spiders the size of both of your hands side to side living inside.
And how much protection do you think that was really going to do?
Yeah.
Nothing.
None. This little cinder block huts. Yeah. But it was weird though. So something like that, or those weird places where there'd be like a wall with barbed wire on it.
Yeah.
You could be like, you could take pictures by that.
Of course,
with your Pizza Hut,
you can make it seem like it's really cool. I remember, man, we saw the mattress in the bunker one time, and this one dude was like, "Oh man, they just throw old mattresses in here," and I was like, "Oh, you can't be that naive. No, you know what they're doing. I mean, I know what they're doing. What do you mean? There's a mattress out here in the bunker in the middle of nowhere. What do you think they're gonna do? If you're in a bunker, bring a mattress with you, and that way you can have some resemblance of comfort at least."
Wait, it wasn't.
I wouldn't have fucked in a bunker though. There's plenty of other places over there to fuck.
Yeah, like in
I
your room.
Fucked in my room. Yeah,
you're just in your room.
Remember they had that rule where it was like no person of the opposite sex could be in your room, and I'm like, what do you mean?
General Order 1A came out, and they were like, everyone has to wear a uniform all the time.
Fucking shit, bro. You go over there, and then when we can wear our shit when we were in the tent still, and then the girls had the bikinis on and the shorts and shit, and you're like, damn, bro. Yeah. As a normal fucking person, you're like, this is me thousands of miles away from home. She's hot. That's it. I'm going to enjoy and admire her, and that's it.
Exactly.
But there were a few fucking creeps over there that took it to the extreme, and then as per the huge in the Air Force, it's like, well, these few guys over here are doing this up. So fuck everybody.
We're going to do nothing to stop it from happening, but we're just going to make it so that if it does, if we catch you doing it, we can throw you into a fiery pit.
Yeah, and it's fucking stupid,
we will destroy your career if you're caught with someone of the opposite sex in your room.
Yeah.
Although most of those chicks were married. And there was the whole thing over there where like a woman would have like 80 stragglers.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I mean? I used to be like, how
a
could
girl
you
that
sign
was
up for
not
that?
fucking cool would go. If you were at home station, and it was even girls that were married.
Oh,
they
yeah.
would go from here and then go over there, and then all of a sudden it's like, wow, now you get all this attention and shit,
Yeah.
and then you would. It was something that was known. Sometimes it was spoken on. You would always have that married chick
But
that would be
who-
fucking everybody. She
Yeah,
would get
and
on a
who-
plane back and then be in her husband's arms when
Yeah.
everybody's getting off the plane. It's like, ugh.
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 Well, and like even just the phenomenon of them having like 10 dudes following around.
Yeah.
Watching those dudes sign up for that. Like,
Yeah.
like seeing them and being
Yeah.
like, hey, man, what are you doing with your time in the desert?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm following this broad around like a baby duck.
Yeah,
Hoping that she
hopes
drops
that
some pussy.
someday. Yeah, I can fuck her, and it's
Yeah.
like, nah.
I'm like, look, if I get laid while I'm out here, it's just going to happen. I
Yeah.
am not finna be out here
I don't
walking
wanna
around no
put
group of 10 dudes.
man, no. The most I've ever done was hang out with the supply chicks.
Yep,
And that was mostly,
exactly.
sometimes I actually needed to go order some shit or
Yep.
check on some shit.
Yep.
And I'd go in there and flirt a little, hey, how you doing? Blah, blah,
that
blah.
was how
this and
you
that
had
and
to
the third.
catch them was at work by themselves.
That was
you
it.
know what I mean?
Yeah. And that was it. But like
Yep.
following them around and doing all this shit over there, no, fuck that, man. There was
Negative.
more shit to do over there,
Yeah.
like sleep.
Yeah. Oh, so
Or-
much sleeping.
Yeah.
Just so like.
I mean,
when you
damn,
had
bruh.
that time, like when you're 12 hours off, you try to get everything done in like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Go like work out, go get your food.
Oh, yeah.
Go take a shower.
And fucking be
and
knocked
go
the fuck
to
out. I
sleep.
try to stay out of the room. When I had a roommate, I tried to stay out of the room as much as possible. Let them sleep. But then once they were gone, it's
Yep.
fucking nothing but sleeping.
on, son.
Spank tank time.
Yep.
But yeah.
Why they played that? It seemed fucking appropriate for some reason.
Mrs. Holland and Mr.
Well, I guess that's the sound of a woman getting banged on a deployment.
yeah.
Usually.
Yeah, there's more than enough fucking bovine over
Yeah.
there getting fucking
Sorry,
hammered.
I've been derailing this, but you brought up a sensitive subject for us.
Yeah, for real. I mean, definitely.
You dumb.
Miss-
you goddamn dumb.
Miss Holland and Mr. Anderson reported two sides of a fraud that has flourished on Facebook and Instagram, where scammers impersonate real American service members to cheat vulnerable and lonely women and stupid women.
Yes.
Let's be honest.
Stupid.
Not every woman is stupid. Twitter, calm down.
Right.
These women are stupid.
Yes.
Honestly, can we all agree on that? They're stupid. So lonely, stupid women out of their money. Fill that bag up. The deception has entangled the United States military, defrauded thousands of victims, and smeared the reputations of soldiers, airmen, sailors, and Marines. I'm going to stop myself right there and say that it has not.
Yeah. I
know
don't
it hasn't.
see
The
how.
only thing that it
What are
has
you
done
talking
is
about?
defrauded idiots, and
Yeah.
that's it. It has done nothing to the United States military.
No.
Nobody,
Because
the
they were being
soldiers, the airmen,
used-
the sailors, and the Marines, none of we don't look bad. Veterans
No.
don't look bad.
No.
Active duty guard members don't look
No.
bad. Not because of that.
What-
There
yeah.
may be other reasons, but not
Yeah, we're
because
not
of
gonna
that.
get into all that, but I mean, yeah, there probably are
no, we're not
plenty of
speaking on
reasons.
those reasons,
Yeah.
but it's specifically talking about this article. It has not tainted the image
No,
of
it's tainted the image of Nigerians.
Yeah, but shit, that we can, as long as we can remember, that image has been tainted as fuck.
Yeah,
They've accepted
the
it.
day email came out,
Dude,
some dude in Nigeria was like,
bruh.
"I'm a prince and I got a bunch of money. Send me $500
Dude,
bucks."
the greatest Nigerian email I've ever had was one where the dude sent me a paragraph and he was like, "We have a Nigerian astronaut that's stuck in space and we need you to send us money to help him get back." And I was like, this is the top tier 0.5%
wanna
of
go ahead and give him
Nigerian.
$5.
Yeah, dude. I almost wanted to send him Western Union $5, just like congratulations.
Yeah.
I know you're scamming, but this is some top tier
Yeah,
shit.
I would have bought tickets for
Dude,
this show.
are you fucking kidding
Yeah.
me? A Nigerian scammer a Nigerian astronaut that's stuck in space.
Oh yeah,
And
they need more money.
The Nigerian
The-
Aeronautical Space
Yeah.
Administration
Yeah,
was also
NASA.
that.
Definitely still NASA.
You straight up, bro. Oh my God.
They only
bruh.
had enough money to get him up there.
Yeah,
And they're like,
that was
oh,
it.
fuck. We didn't think
That was
about
it.
this return
Oh,
thing.
shit. You got to come back?
Like they got him up there and they were all cheering and they were watching him disappear off into the darkness. And they're all drinking beers and someone's like,
Right.
how do we get him back? And they're like, oh, fuck.
shit.
Start sending out emails.
Crowdsource. We have to crowdsource.
Start
Jesus
sending out those
Christ,
fucking emails,
bruh.
folks.
Yeah, but no, it didn't taint the image of anything. It says the scheme stands out for its audacity, while fraud has proliferated on Facebook. For years, those running the military romance scams are taking on not only one of the world's most influential companies, but also the most powerful military, and succeeding.
But see, they're not really taking on anybody.
They're not taking
I feel
on
like
anybody.
this article has lost its
they're
value based on this
succeeding.
person's opinion.
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
They're tricking people, but it's not like
there's a lot of conclusions that are jumped on in here, and
Yeah.
it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, what are you
know?
talking about? Yeah, so there's a lot of people too who go take pictures of pretty girls on Facebook, make a fake profile, and get money from people.
and that's how you get Catfish on
Yeah.
MTV.
Yeah, it's
you
not.
know?
That's not sullying the image of hoes.
No,
there may
no.
be other reasons, just like the military, but that's not sullying
it's
their
not,
image.
no,
it's not that
not
girl's
that.
fault.
Yeah, it's not her fault that she was beautiful and
someone stole her picture.
Yeah, somebody did that to her. That's not on her, and it's not on the military
on the-
or the United States government.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't get it.
What do
Like,
you mean?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
But it
fuck
says,
that article.
Hold on. Many scammers operate from their phones in Nigeria and other African nations, working several victims at the same time. And in interviews in Nigeria, 6 men told the New York Times that the love hoaxes were lucrative and low risk. Quote, definitely there is always conscience, said Akinola Balaji, 35. I went to school with a dude named Balaji. We had a fight. I pushed him in the trash can. He's like a doctor now, but I have a podcast, so whatever. If you're laughing at me, stop it.
If I text you, can you see my text pop up like while you're still talking?
Oh, it doesn't. I felt the vibration, but it didn't pop up.
Oh, see, I thought maybe it would pop up because I thought that would be good because you're usually using your notes on your phone. I thought if I could text you, hey, you're at 30 minutes, you would just see it in the top of the screen and keep rolling.
Oh, we are. Okay, yeah.
No, I'm not. It doesn't mean you have to stop, but I figured you'd like to know.
Okay.
You know, when you're at 30.
It says Akinola Balaji, who has conned people online since he was 15, including by posting on Facebook as an American fisherman named Robert.
Good for him.
Yeah, but poverty will not make you feel the pain. So he's saying that, there's a conscience, you're scamming people, but you're also poor. So shit,
Yeah,
if
and
they send
people
you
are
money
stupid.
willingly, then go ahead.
Well, and how do
he
you-
says, is it a victimless crime? No, but at the same time, he's not doing the Somali thing where they hijack a damn
hijack a
tanker.
boat, yeah.
He's saying he's setting up an image. And these women flock to these images, and they flock to this life, and they flock to the excitement of it.
Yeah, and imagine if you're a poor person and you're in this Nigerian situation, and you're scamming people, don't you think you would also be fueled by the idea of like, how do these fucking idiots have so much money?
Right.
Like, how does someone as dumb as this lady? What sort of society?
It's gotta be, dude. It's gotta be.
Yeah, what sort of society is going on over there?
There's
where
more
these
than one.
complete fucking morons have so much money.
Yeah. And then there's the exchange of currency to where $1 in America is probably worth much more in Nigeria.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
The monetary
That would
conversions.
definitely, I feel like, would fuel you to move forward with your plans.
Goddamn right, yeah. He says Facebook has long had a mission to connect the world, quote unquote, but in the process, it has created a global gathering place where the crooks outnumber the cops.
Oh, shut up.
For digital
Educate
criminals,
users, and don't be fucking stupid.
Exactly, that's all you have to do. It goes on to say, for digital criminals, Facebook has become a one-stop shop. It has plenty of photos of American service members. Creating an imposter account can be easy. Facebook
This article
groups
brought to you by the Coalition of Journalists for Scaring Your Grandma.
Facebook groups for single women and widows are full of targets. Scammers can message hundreds of potential victims, and they congregate in their own Facebook groups to sell fake accounts, photoshopped images, and scripts for pulling off the cons. Quote, there are so many people out there that are lonely, newly divorced, maybe widowed, said Kathy Waters, head of a group called Advocating Against Romance Scams. She goes on.
A-A-R-S?
Yes.
Arse?
Arse.
Arse.
She goes on to
people
say,
in the UK say ass, folks.
everybody wants somebody to love and to
Arse
listen
is
to
after
them.
NASA. The arse folks are hot on the heels on ass.
And the Arse folks are fighting NASA again. They're like, what?
What in the
They're like,
fuck?
oh, no. Let me explain.
Yeah, the Nigerian.
Listen to Pod Caviar. This is why you got to subscribe, so you would know.
Exactly. And then you'd be in the know.
Yeah. Everybody wants somebody to love and listen to them and hear them. And these scammers know the right words to say. Facebook said it requires people to use their real identities on its sites. That's a lie.
That's not
I mean, they
accurate.
do,
Yeah,
but
sort
only
of.
if you're reported, because I went through that. And that's a long story in and of itself. To eliminate imposter accounts, it has invested in technology and more human reviewers. The company works with the authorities to prosecute scammers. Billions of fake Facebook accounts have been blocked over the past year, the company said, though its estimate for the number of active fakes has steadily risen to about 120 million. It declined to disclose a figure for Instagram. That job is not finished, and we are committed to sharing our progress, Facebook said in a statement. Kim Joyner, a deputy assistant to the Secretary of Defense who oversees the military social media accounts, said her team works with Facebook to remove imposters and was pleased with the company's response. I'm absolutely satisfied, she said. And it goes to say, when shown that searches by the Times for 3 top American generals on Facebook and Instagram had yielded more than 120 impersonators, Ms. Joyner, Ms. Joyner said it was disturbing, quote unquote. She said she did not know why the fakes were not eradicated. She goes on to say, she goes on to say, I mean, the numbers are astounding, she said. No shit. Like, you can't stop this. This article is fucking, it's a train wreck. The story in itself is interesting, but the article is like,
I don't want to hear any more of this person's opinion if that's cool with you.
You know, honestly, the story, I will say the story in itself is very tragic.
Of course. This article, though, really butchered the point of it.
Yeah, it says Miss Holland was known as trusting and impulsive. That has something to do with it. Born in Philadelphia, she had spent time in Arizona and Missouri working as a gardener and blah, blah, blah.
Probably exposed to a lot of pesticides.
She met her 5th husband.
Maybe she had this coming.
Yo.
There it is. She met her 5th husband, Mark Holland, when she offered him a ride off the side of the road, bruh. How is the military, how is the United States government, the United States as a country, the military members, the people on Facebook, the people who review Facebook posts.
The structure of our reality as we understand it.
This is what I'm saying. How is it our fault before her? This article makes her seem like she's the victim.
Oh, of course. And the fucking United States military should be ashamed of itself.
Ashamed of
for victimizing this
for
woman.
allowing her to fall in this Nigerian scam of her 5th fucking husband.
Hey, I know you're fighting war over there, but you better make sure nobody's copying and pasting.
Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, go fuck yourself, lady.
Fuck this shit. Oh, God damn it.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, no,
lady.
this is where it gets even more interesting. In 2001, she moved to Delaware to care for a sick mother. When her mother died in September 2016, RIP, Mrs. Holland found herself depressed, and with free time, she noticed her sister glued to her smartphone, scrolling through Facebook. So she bought a smartphone, too, and created a Facebook profile. A few weeks later, she got hit up by the Nigerians, and that's when the scam started.
She thought she had found number 6, man.
Yeah. Mrs. Holland said she initially felt uneasy, but the conversation flowed, and Mr. Chris told her about life at war. She made him laugh, blah, blah, blah. He kept saying, "You're really funny, and you made it easier for me just to know that somebody is at home that I can talk to." She said, "How cool is it that I would really make somebody feel better?" Well, I mean, it's cool, but at the same time,
Well, I
you
mean,
can do that.
I could have probably guessed that's how the conversation went.
Of course, yeah. Because if I'm trying to scam money out of anybody, any joke that they tell is hilarious.
It's the funniest thing I've ever
It's the
fucking
funniest thing
heard.
I've ever heard. I'm on the ground laughing and crying every time.
Yeah.
Over several months, their relationship deepened. Mrs. Holland said she felt motherly. Mr. Craig began calling her my wife, blah, blah, blah.
My wife.
Yeah. Mr. Anderson grew up in, He grew up in suburban Maryland, about 2 hours from Miss Holland's Delaware home. The oldest of 4 boys. This is just talking about the dude that his pictures were used. And how he found out how there were millions of like hundreds of profiles using his
with his
pictures, blah, blah,
pictures,
blah.
yeah,
And now
okay,
he
with
went
that.
down that road of getting them done. He himself is not on Facebook, but he still fights to get his profiles taken.
Wow.
Yeah. Several months into their online chats, Mr. Chris asked Miss Holland for money. She brought him iTunes gift cards. So he said he could buy more minutes on his cell phone.
Oh, God.
She sent money for beer for his birthday, and she paid for medicine for what he said was for a sick daughter, Annabelle, in California.
Who gets TRICARE, which is free health care.
Exactly,
It's
for
socialist
him and his
medicine.
dependents. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. In June 2017, she wired $5,000 for Mr. Chris and a friend to fly to Philadelphia from Iraq. She sneaked the money from a pile of cash she and her husband hid in their bedroom, which
What is
represented their
going on
life
here?
savings. Yeah.
What is going on here?
Yeah.
What
Yeah, it
the
gets
fuck?
bad. It gets real bad.
It's upsetting me.
Okay, so she did the $5,000. She was at the airport with the fucking American flag and all that shit and the sign, "Welcome home."
Yeah.
He never showed. She went back to her car, cried, got the vodka, the sleeping pills. She downed them, and days later, she awoke in a hospital bed. You open your eyes and see the person you didn't want to face the most sitting next to you. Her husband was there. He figured out everything. He was pissed, and then they decided to move on. They said Mr. Holland knew about his wife's Facebook friend, an Army Airborne veteran himself, with tours in Honduras and South Korea. He once helped Miss Holland prepare a care package of snacks, underwear, and foot powder for Mr. Chris, the Nigerian scammer. The package was returned. It came back, bro.
There's your first goddamn clue. There's your first
They said,
goddamn clue.
now he said he realized his wife's relationship with this man had gone further than he understood. He was angry, admittedly, and says it goes on to what he said. When Ms. Holland returned home from the hospital, her relationship with her husband and her then 82-year-old father, whom she was caring for, was strained, and deservingly
There you go.
so.
Yeah, I would imagine.
One person kept talking to
dumb.
her, Mr. Chris. He wanted to make it up to me, she said. He was going to sit there and look at my husband and I and tell him how sorry he was and pay him back. So she kept fucking with the scammer after all that.
Yeah, because he said he was going to apologize.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
he needed $3,000 to get a plane ticket to get over there.
Yeah, she said
Did she
that
send him more money?
Yeah, well, she said she had been convinced that it was a scam. But Mr. Chris swore to her that he had been deployed by a military operation. She received an email from somebody claiming to be General Stephen Townsend from the Army, confirming the story. There were soon new photos of Mr. Chris injured in war. Documents showing he was due big insurance payments, and promises she would be reimbursed for more than she had lost. She just needed to get him home. Twice more, Miss Holland sent money for airfare, partially with credit cards, without her husband's knowledge. Mr. Chris never showed. Yes.
I'm going to fucking lose my mind if you keep reading this story. So,
the Hollands lost $26,000 to $30,000 to start afresh. They moved to Fort Pierce last year, but the strains remain. Mr. Holland was arrested on domestic violence charges in August 2018, according to a police report. Miss Holland dropped the charges. She said in an interview last year that there had been another incident in 2017. But you know what? It does get sad right here, because in 2018 he shot and killed her, and then her father. Yeah, and then he killed himself. So yeah, like I said, I told you it gets really tragic at the end. And this is why you don't send strangers money through the internet that you meet, because they're just scamming you, bruh.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, how else do you stop her? I mean, I know that's dark. That's a dark joke. But how else do you stop her? Like, she found out she'd been scammed.
Yeah.
Like, the government was like, yeah, you were scammed.
Yeah.
This isn't a real person.
Yeah.
And then that person managed to extort thousands of more dollars.
More after that.
After the reveal.
After the reveal. After she did all that, she sent him $5,000. She went to the airport. She was doing all this shit. She wouldn't even try to kill herself. Her husband knew.
Yeah, I'm
her
sorry. The
father knew, and
domestic
all that
violence
shit.
thing was funny.
That shit was hilarious. But the other shit after
No, I
that,
didn't.
that's
Yeah.
tragic. Yeah.
I noticed you were kind of like, hold on.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me get
It gets worse. Yeah, it gets worse.
Can I
But
finish?
yeah, no. If I was married to somebody who kept doing that shit, then yeah, it'd be some fucking issues too in the household domestically. If you know
if
what I'm
you're
saying,
that guy,
I mean,
how do
shit.
you make it stop other
How
than
do you make
shooting
it?
her?
I mean, you could be like, well, just divorce her, just leave her. Yeah, you could do that, but at the same time, you can't recoup the
Then
money
you're gonna
that was left.
Yeah,
that was
and
lost.
you're gonna have to, if you divorce her, you're gonna have to give her money.
Yeah,
and she's gonna give it to some.
and then she's gonna
Nigerian
take that.
dude.
Oh no, and that's probably it. That's probably the night that the night that everything ended. That's probably the conversation that they had.
Exactly.
He was like, "Look, bitch, I'm divorcing you,"
And he
and
just
then
felt
it's
like he was
look,
backed into a corner.
Yeah, and that was it. So
You're at 45.5 minutes.
yeah, no, yeah.
But I'm glad. It was a great journey.
It was.
Took us a long time to get here to the end.
It
But
was.
Fuck, was it worth the reveal?
Like we said in the
There
beginning.
was a reveal, and then there was a reveal.
Right.
And in the interim, she was like, "Well, I'll just send him a little more money."
Yeah, I'll send him a little bit more. Why not? Of course, his general emailed me because that's official.
That was, and of course,
I saw some
that
pictures
would
of him
happen.
injured in combat.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I
and
gotta
of
help this
course
guy
that
because
would
nobody else
happen
will.
Is like he would go into he's a sergeant, and he would go into the general's office and be like,
Yeah.
"General, this woman online I've been taking money from for plane tickets and medicine and food, and even though she's already been explained to her that the government pays for all that stuff
Yeah.
for us, she won't send me any more money.
No more money.
Unless you email her
Yeah,
and tell her
personally.
I'm
You
legit.
personally email her.
Personally, because
And that's
we're
it.
not fighting a war
Because that's
over
how
here
it
or
works in
anything.
the military. That's how it works.
Yeah.
You can just walk up in the general's office and be like, "Look, this is
General,
what I need you to
I'm
do."
committing fraud.
Yeah.
And, listen, or
I don't give a fuck what you got going on today. Fuck your
Yeah.
itinerary. No, I need this right now.
yeah. Send
And
this
that's how
woman
it
an
works.
email.
Yeah.
Because she's very important
Now,
too
listen,
to this whole war
If
effort.
you think that that's how it works in real life, then the Nigerians need you. They need you.
Send your
them.
money to us.
Yeah, send your money. Yeah, we need you.
Yep.
Yeah, and it's a lot better because we are. You know us.
We're doing something.
You've been listening
here.
to us for episodes.
Yeah.
You don't know these Nigerian guys. They use fake pictures. All of our pictures are real.
Absolutely. They're legit.
And we have goals that need to be accomplished, and we can't accomplish those goals unless you send us money.
Right.
We're gonna pay you back, of course.
We're actually
Duh.
not. We're actually not allowed to do podcasts unless we give the mayor of this town $1,000 a week.
Yeah, it's a podcasting license, and it's 2 different shows.
And so it's $2,000.
So it's $2,000 a week.
So if
hit
you
us
wanna
up
keep
if
us
you want to
doing
let
this,
us. Yeah, if you want to keep listening to us,
we gotta get
because
that,
we want to
get
keep
that money.
we want to keep talking to you.
Yeah.
and we know that you want to keep listening to us. So you got to send us money.
It's about
okay,
that time.
and you know what? We're gonna pay it back with interest. You're gonna get all your money back. So why not? Just hit us up.
No good reason not to.
Yeah, but
Give me some of that internet money, buddy.
as usual, This has been another great episode of Pod Caviar. Woo! We did it. Woo! Yeah, we did it. This has been amazing.
That was so much fun. I feel great.
This is crazy how good this is, man. This whole season 4 has been amazing.
It's all coming together,
Look,
sir.
You gotta subscribe to One Gram Army Pod Caviar. Go shop on shirtcaviar.com. Follow us on all of our social media. Call us up 443-747-1417 and
847-665-9238.
yeah, let us know what you feel about this story, and then more so, if you want to send us money because we need you to, you could do that too. Yep. We got this.
We're deployed and we need that money.
Yeah. So that is Graham. I'm Tony. This has been another great episode of Pod Caviar, and we are out.